Kamarjoba. So today we have the founder and CEO of Wempler. Can you introduce yourself to people who do not know you? What is it you're doing? What is your startup ID? And what problem do you solve?
My name is Sandro. First of all, thank you for inviting me. My startup is Wempler. Wempler is a task delegation market. So basically on a platform, you should just describe your problem, a one-time task, with a text message, voice or a call. And Wempler, after 5 minutes maximum, generates a suitable service provider. And as soon as you accept the offer, the task is immediately delegated.
5 minutes, that's the average time.
That's maximum. If you have some very different approach for task and you have some different tasks to do that is not usual for us, it's maximum 5 minutes.
Incredible. So it means that you have service provider who are always there and looking for the...
Actually, no, we use AI for voice recognition. So as I mentioned, you can just tell your problem with a voice message. And if this is the case, our AI assistant, like we actually partnered with a Georgian startup which recognizes the sounds and it catches the keywords. And then our matchmaking algorithm is searching the service provider and offering it to you.
Wow.
And in terms of text, we are just like taking the keywords and doing the same thing.
Got it. So which is the company that you are partnering with for the text-to-speech? For the speech
Callan AI.
Callan, those guys who are there. Great. So why you decided to tackle this problem? What was the initial pain that you had?
Actually, it's very interesting stories. So I was like 1.5 years ago, I was doing house renovation in my house repair jobs, and I was like very busy, and my constructor called me and she told me that he wants some additional materials, and he asked me to go to the shop and buy these materials and bring it to him. So I was like very busy and I couldn't do it. So I started to search someone who is willing to do that for money, and I couldn't search of anyone. And after a week ago, my co-founder just called me and told me that he wants to earn some money, extra money, and he's willing to like do something and help something. And it's just blinked to me that if he was willing to get this money like 1 week ago, I was the guy who needed help. So that's how we became like with the idea of Wempler, and we started like very roughly. We created design in PowerPoint and launched the application, and we figured out that like the 100 people in one day, we had 100,000 in one day. So we figured out that there is like real need on the markets, and then we started to involve and pivoted, and here we are.
Amazing. You know, this is something, your application, I think, is one of the most important application in Georgia, because this is really, there is absolutely need, 100%, no doubt about this.
Yeah.
Your application, and another one that I like is A-Work. Those two applications, I faced myself the problems where I wanted to recruit people, or I had some repair like a lot, and it was very hard to find people.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes I was driving to Eliava, you know, in the below the Porsche, you know.
Of course I know there. Yeah. I have been there like for months, like every day I was like recruiting people. And the important thing is that we are actually verifying the people, so you can like blindly trust Wempler, because everyone here has gone through 5-step verification process, which is like very rough and very tough to get the thing done. So you can like just blindly trust us.
Fantastic. And what is your background? Like, are you programmer? Are you a developer?
Actually, my profession is data engineering. I started this profession like 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
2 years. Like I'm 21 too.
Okay.
So when I turned 20, I just started to study coding because my father is a programmer, our CTO, and we started together.
Your father is the CEO?
Our CTO.
CTO, okay.
Yeah, he is a programmer for the 22 years, and he was like, in my childhood, he was just teaching me with the math things, like the examples of like how to code, and all my childhood I was like hearing this coding thing. So when I grew up and I knew how to code, I was working in EPAM systems for like 6 months, and then I knew that it's not my profession. And when the Wempler's idea came up, I knew that the co-founding stuff and like startup ecosystem is just for me, and I quit a job. And so basically my background is coding, and then I learned I have gone through some Harvard courses in project management, and I learned how to manage projects, how to do technical, like basically software project management. And actually that is my background.
Agile, things like this.
Yeah, agile framework, like Kanban and stuff like that. And basically for now I work in Wempler like 1.5 years. So I have like...
Oh, so you started at 19?
Yeah, I started at 19. The idea came up when I was 19. So basically it's very hard because most of founders here, for example, are like 30 years and plus. They have like some job experiences, work experiences, and for me it's like it's different for me because
Bravo.
I've learned everything on my mistakes on Wempler. I have like spent like hundreds of thousands money to like learn something. It was very expensive, but it was very helpful. It is more beneficial for me because like working on like when it's stable, everything is stable, and you don't have to worry about anything.
It's not the same.
It's not the same.
So here you put your not your life on the line, but you put your
my adult life, because it's like this year, like 20, 22, 23 is like most important. Everybody in my age, they're working and they're involving in the career. So I stepped in the like very risky environment, and hopefully I will succeed, because now we are on risk too, because startup is always like that. You never know what's happening after the day after tomorrow. So we are fighting. Every day is a fight.
But anyway, it doesn't matter. But I honestly, I wouldn't tell you otherwise. I honestly believe that you're like anybody who is in Georgia. They want to renovate some things. They want to do. I never used your application because I didn't know it existed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So basically, after a month from now, we are launching a big marketing campaign. Because the problem, we have only one problem now, like most of people don't know that Wempler exists, because we were like figuring out how to approach to the customer, and now we have the perfect product market fit. So that is the time where we'll launch our like marketing campaign, and you will see everywhere Wempler signs. So you will get like Wempler will be in your head when you need something.
What's the strategy, marketing strategy? Can you?
So the most important and funny thing is that we have some very extraordinary tasks. Like for example, like there were a bunch of guys who were playing football, and they had to add one person to play, and they were lacking one person, and they called up on Wempler, and we gave one person. So basically, the most funny thing on marketing plan is to like show people how flexible we are, and how much extraordinary tasks are on Wempler, and how we can solve them. So that will be like funny part, and it sticks in the mind when you are seeing that someone was willing to play football.
Very good.
Yeah, and also like traditional marketing, social media, and just video commercials and stuff like that.
Great, fantastic, bravo. It's very interesting. What is your plan? How many tasks per day are right now being conquered?
More than 100 tasks. Like we think that after with a further investment and after a couple of months, like at the end of the 2023, we will be like on 500 tasks a day. It will be like perfect. Like the growth we are having now, if we will maintain that, we will achieve that.
Okay.
So the plans actually are to like just grow in Georgia firstly, because we have like 2 or 3 big countries here, cities. And the other thing is like we plan to in the end of 2023, we plan to grow in Uzbekistan and Kazakhstan, because we have similar market. The culture is a bit of same there. We are testing our product already, and hopefully in 2023 we will be conquering like 3 markets in the region.
And what is your business model? How do you?
The first and the main thing is commission fee on each transaction. We have regression model, like for example, from 0 to 100 Georgian laris is 20%, and like how it depends on how the price is growing. If the price is growing, the commission fee is like lowering. So that is the first thing. Also, we have cashback system for our partner companies, the companies which are serving our customers. They are paying us lead fee from every customer we are giving to them. And the third thing is subscription-based model, which we have launched just 1 month ago. It's for task posters who is willing to get the service. Like if you want something, you can just subscribe to Wempler, and you will get one month commission-free tasks.
Okay. So you subscribe and you don't have the commission.
Yeah. Like for example, like Global has a Prime.
Okay, got it. Okay, got it. So and how much is it this membership?
It's $20.99.
Lari or?
Laris, $20.99.
2019. It's very good.
Because like average commission is 8 laris, and if you're an active user and you are like doing 3 tasks, it's much more than 20.
Got it. And how many users do you have right now?
For now, on application we have 5,000 users, active users, but we have 11,000 downloads actually. We have like website and application. On website we have 7,000 users.
And what is the retention rate?
67%, which is actually very impressive. 67%, like it's like the base retention.
But on what frame? Like it means that how do you calculate it? Is it one guy who is coming back at least another time?
Yeah, at least 2 tasks in a month. It means that he's
that's
user.
So that's
the next user, and we're calculating by that people what is our retention rate. 6-7% is actually pretty much
very good. Very good. So can you list the type of task, the 80% of the task that you are, if you can list it in 4 categories?
The main category for now is house renovation services, like heavy moving, the simple logistics that maybe you want to have someone who is willing to like buy some materials for your house renovation thing. Like the first category and the most popular for now is house renovation services. After that is car washing. Like you can just ask for someone who will like meet you, grab your car, wash your car, and turn back to you like clean. The third one is cleaning, basically. The cleaning after renovation, window cleaning, like every other category which is in the cleaning. And the fourth and most important part is our free category. You can like ask anything you want, because we have people who are willing to do anything for money. So that's actually a secret sauce.
Okay. So the free category, it represents the most of the request.
The fourth in the ranking.
Okay, fourth in the ranking.
It's about 20% of our tasks.
Got it. So the rest, renovation and things like that, represent 80%.
Yeah, because now is the season of the renovation, so it's always changed. That's why we have anything category to like look to the market trends and to adapt to them. Because when some category is turning up to like top line, we're searching for a good partner who is willing to give services for our customers. So that is why we have basically anything category. It's like very good tool to adapt to the new market trends, to listen to the customers, and just to think how customers think. This is that's the thing. What is the uniqueness of Wempler?
Is it easy to do, for instance, for someone who may not have like high education and doesn't know exactly how,
Okay, Wempler has just only one page there. Like when you're downloading Wempler and you are opening the Wempler, it says, "Tell us anything, we can do anything." And there is 3 buttons. You can either call us, text us message, or just record a voice message, and that's it. The task is done, as I said.
And after 5 minutes, you have your team.
After 5 minutes, you have offer, and as soon as you accept the offer, you have nothing to do there. You're just waiting when the phone pings, and it means that your task is done, and you have to pay.
Who is your competitor? Because I know that there is something about electrician, plumber.
In Georgia, we have some vertical businesses. Like as I said, we are horizontal business. We are approaching a very big amount of categories. There are vertical businesses who are approaching just one category, for example, plumbing, as you said, electricians, and we are not considering them as competitors because we are partnering with them. We are for them lead generators. And as for the global market, there was one good startup, TaskRabbit, which was operating in US, and they have exited like with a very big amount of cash. So basically, in the region, with this approach, we are the only one, but there are some similar. There are companies which are solving the problem. But as we solve that, and with this approach, we are the unique one here. So,
and how much money do you need right now? How much money do you raise for what amount of equity?
Yeah, for now we recently opened just our seed round, which is $500,000, and we already have secured
$500 of
$500,000
of what? Of valuation or
no? It's
that you need.
That's what we need, and we already raised $100,000 already. Basically, it's the funding which will be challenged to like grow our business first in Georgia in 2 big cities, and then in the region because we need to urge more partnerships. We need to like fuel our market entry strategies, and that is basically what we need money for. And the valuation is up to $7 million US.
What is your revenue right now?
The annual recurring revenue is nearly 200,000, which is actually good because it's our first year in operating. So it's annual recurring revenue. It means that like in every like it's hard to measure because 1 year in the business is not as much as like other startups here because they're in the business like for example 3 years, 4 years, and it's like after this amount of time you can just easily measure every aspect, and we are just now on like product market fit stage.
But you didn't tell me how much equity are you giving up?
7%.
7%. 7% for 5. Okay, so that makes sense. And how do you project it? Like to reach this 7 million valuation, you integrate the fact that you're going to be in Armenia, Kazakhstan, and Uzbekistan, yes?
Yeah, so basically, to explain our business is very easy because we have very simple application. It just needs to be translated, and we have already, as I mentioned, partnering with some companies in Uzbekistan, and we are verifying some supply side, like for example, doers, like individual experts, which are willing to help someone for money. So we already have them there. So basically, we just need money for marketing to like
Interesting.
to just tell customers that hey, there is an application which can help you in anything. Just download it and tell us anything you want. So basically, that is what we need money for.
And you were telling me that at the first place you were buying Facebook groups to get the data and to also advertise your product.
So basically, when the idea came up, when we were searching for alternative ways, like as I said, it was my problem. So I was searching on Facebook, some people, and I approached these Facebook groups where people are just posting that I need that, I need this, I need electrician, and the supply side was commenting there. And it was very unstructured because there were 400,000 users in totally in those 3 Facebook groups, and it's very chaotic there. So basically, the first thing we did, just blindly bought them because the owners of the Facebook groups didn't know the value of the groups because they were not approaching the problem like we are, like we do. And so we bought it like a very cheap price, and we started to like communicate with those people, and we started to ask them questions like whether will you use the application, like for the task delegation, like Wempler, will you like submit this?
Interesting.
And the feedback was actually very good, and that's what encouraged us to make something happen and make some application for them. And then what like it was a little bit hard to transform them to our application because they were used to it. The groups were like for 5 years there, and they were used to it. But now the process has begun, and
the onboarding process for a worker, like for someone who wants to do the tax,
it is one blank. You should just fill one blank, just one with 8 questions.
There's an ID number and everything still.
Yes.
So it's quite secured.
Yeah, because we need to check everything because you are going blindly with some customer. We are P2P marketplace. It has some disadvantages in this case, and as I said, we have 5-step verification process. First is the filling the documents, then our face-to-face interview, and then is online interview. There are test tasks, and then checking in the security thing if you are like. You should not be criminal. Obviously, that is the process which our tours going through.
Okay, understand. And what about? But actually, I think it would be interesting actually to partner with Department of Justice, because they are looking for ways to reintegrate those people who are criminal. Maybe they have done some little thing and they went to, but maybe they are still good people. And I think it would be interesting to test, to have some kind of PPP,
We are thinking about that because as well as this, as what you mentioned, they always encourage people to work, and basically what we do is we're creating workplaces for everyone. This is very important for everyone with any skill, and that is the thing how we can approach them, and we are working on that because the whole justice is very like tough. People to communicate. And
but I had actually.
But they will see advantage of us because we are actually creating workspaces for people who have like any skill. In any field, and with no education, it doesn't mean for us.
I was talking with them actually for making a project like that with leather, with doing
That's
leather.
The thing. They are interested. We know.
So I think it would be good, but we'll talk about it later. Okay. I had another question, I forgot. Okay, so you're looking for 500,000 or 100,000 is committed already, 7% liquidity. Is it your first business?
Actually, yes. And as I mentioned, it was like very hard to stand on the right side of the way because, as I mentioned, the other founders here and basically in Georgia, they're like a little bit older than me, and they have experience in work, and they have gone through mistakes.
Not on their costs.
Which were afforded by their companies, and all the mistakes I had.
Very well said.
All the mistakes I had, it was on my side. It was spending my finances, my company's finances, as it was hurting me. So it was very hard to get those mistakes. But now I see the value of the process because now I exactly know how to approach the business. And
how many people you have in the team now?
We're 20 20 persons. Like 4 of us are founders, like the core team, and there are operators or some developers and other
freelancers. Yeah.
But everybody is so valuable. Like what you see on the Wempler and what you will see on the Wempler is like the progress and the result of the core. Like every 20 people we have, because that's the thing how we approach the team. Like the first question we ask is, why do you want to work on Wempler, and what value do you see on the Wempler? Because for us it's very important. So everyone should know the mission of the Wempler. Everyone should know why they are working there and what they are doing, and we are like approaching them like that because it's very important to have the motivation every day.
And in your co-founder, like what are the profiles?
So as I am a CEO, and I already mentioned my background. Our CTO is my father.
CTO,
yeah, CTO, which is the programmer for 22 years. He basically knows 20 programming languages, and he has worked in Amazon, Apple, Word, and other like biggest fintechs in the region. Also, our COO, operations officer, is data scientist who have studied in Bocconi University. He has worked in like 2 biggest fintechs in the region as a data scientist, as an operations manager. And our last founder is from a development background. He's basically our lead developer and product manager, who has worked as a senior product manager, a senior software product manager, iOS developer, Android developer. He has tasted all the fields in the software thing, so he's very valuable because he is the creator of our platform. He is the main bone on the platform. So basically,
great.
And we are like together. We are learning the management thing, because like the most important thing is like practice. Theoretical stuff is important too, but the most valuable is practice. So we're together practicing.
Absolutely. Great, Sandro. So I wish you lots of success. Actually, I'm sure it will work in Georgia. I'm sure. And like then the next step, let's see. But here I'm sure it will work, and it's needed, very needed. And actually, I will start using the application.
Yeah, of course.
And but I will tell you some other stuff. Thank you, Sandro.
Thank you very much for inviting me.
Good job.
Thank you.
Good job. Okay.